Oh, I thought we were just talking about Nintendo.
Live from the heart of Florida, it's the 4GQTV podcast starring Cerebral Paul, PKX Live, Animated Evil, Cozy Beluga, Frogboy Gaming, and your host, Clouds.
Talk.
Hello.
LIC. I had that playing at the same time.
Oh, sorry, I had my mic muted. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of 4GQ
This
TV.
guy.
We're back this week. Yes, PK is here with us. It's been a long time, and he's got an upgrade. As you can see, he is now a international businessman with his new avatar there. He's got the suit on. He's nice background. He's ready to fly international on those $3 million jets. PK, welcome to the show. Where in the world are you tonight?
Where did you say I was at?
I'm gonna say that you're in the middle of Brazil, in the rainforest.
Okay, there you go. We go with that. I am in Brazil. I just seen a person who played a prank, calling one Chinese restaurant, ordering Chinese, and then called the other Chinese restaurant, and then put the phones next to each other, and they just argued.
Oh,
I thought that was just crazy. They was like, "Oh, you order Chinese? No, I order Chinese. No, you order Chinese." It was crazy. It was like the most craziest thing I've ever seen. Anyways, glad to be back. Thanks all. I know everybody wants to me, but welcome to the most electrifying channel in all entertainment. It's your boy PK, and I'm glad to be back. And guess what? We got a full panel tonight. There's a lot of drama to talk about. I don't know who's down for the drama, but it's crazy. And honestly, I want to feel bad for our PlayStation fans. So I can't wait till we get to that moment because it's probably the most funniest and saddest thing I've ever seen. Anyways, go ahead.
Well, and then I'd like to go down that list right there and welcome our good pal from overseas who likes his tea with crumpets. His name is Animated Evil. What's going on, buddy?
See, I'm a little bit offended because I don't like crumpets. Not
I was
all
just going to
English
say, if I
people like
recall
crumpets.
correctly, he doesn't like crumpets. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul knows. Paul knows I don't like
A
crumpets.
true
but-
fan will remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I am your friend from over the seas in England. I'm good, really happy. I've not been on for a couple of weeks, unfortunately, because we didn't do one last week, and the week before I was unavailable. But still, I'm great to be. You know what? I'm glad to be here, clowns. I really am. We've got a lot of things to discuss tonight, and I'm feeling very, very sort of what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for?
Peppery.
I'm prepped. I'm good. I'm gonna be into it tonight. I'm gonna be talking all night, really. So yeah, let's go.
You do that anyway. I mean, good God,
Yeah.
man.
But tonight I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood tonight. We're gonna be talking.
Okay, we keeping pants on, right? I'm just saying.
Yes. Not after last time, PK. Yes, we're keeping pants on because you know what happened last time.
As they say in England. Shit,
Oh, no. No. No.
I
They
got
don't
Mountain
say
Dew,
that
though.
ever.
I have
No,
Diet Mountain, and then we're not sponsored, but I got Diet Mountain Dew. And then we have the ever most positive Pineapple-licious Cerebral Paul
nice.
with us tonight on the panel.
I'm going to tell you what else they say in England, wanker.
Inappropriate. Don't be inappropriate, Paul.
I'm always inappropriate.
Is that his
Figure
new
out.
name? Inappropriate Paul.
He's always called inappropriate, Paul. Just in his circle of friends.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't got nothing to say, you know.
So what have I been doing? Not much. Mostly playing solitaire, no joke, and the crossword, the Microsoft crossword stuff. And let's see, quite a bit of Final Fantasy 14. Actually, I'm actually enjoying it pretty much. It's not the same as the classic Final Fantasy, which I never enjoyed. At some point, I will probably try the remake of Final Fantasy 7.
What? 6 was the
well,
best of all. Was the best for Nintendo, and then 7 is my favorite of all time, obviously.
yeah, well, I think it was the styles more than anything. But I like it. I'm gonna go back and check them out. And then, of course, we know there's a few games coming out in the next couple of weeks that I'm really looking forward to. So,
Really? There's games coming out. What games?
well, let's see. On the new Final Fantasy dropping official, or Final Fantasy 14 or whatever, or 7, whatever it is that I'm playing, is dropping officially on the 21st.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And then what the other one, the remake of Alone in the Dark is dropping that same week.
Yep.
And I almost forgot
Is
about that.
13th,
until I saw-
14th, some of that.
Yeah, 14's gonna drop on that.
Yeah, I
Xbox
never
on
played
the
that
20th.
game. What is that game?
Yeah.
Is it like a scary game or something?
It's a scary
yeah.
game, yeah,
Yeah.
It's like the father of Resident Evil type games.
with more puzzles and stuff. Though
Alone
it's
in the
more, it's
dark.
very puzzle oriented too.
I'm gonna have to wait on that one for a little while. I got too much stuff coming
Too
up
much.
that week.
Yep, that's gonna be a good week though. If, gamers won't go hungry that week. So,
Nope, we're eating very good.
Hmm.
Well, at least I am.
yep, me too.
Well, I wish I had some steak and eggs tonight. I'll tell you that.
No.
Well,
It's
keep,
Thursday. You're probably having pizza. If I know
keep
you.
sharing the golden tickets.
Yeah,
so I can
pizza. We're having pizza.
I can go pick them up, guys. Keep telling
Yeah.
me, 'cause, I like to see try something new. Yeah. That's
Well,
what's up.
We also have the ever amazing Pepper. No, Cozy. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi. Hi. Pepper.
Pepper is talkative.
Pepper says
She's
hi.
She heard my she heard my voice, and then she's
Pepper
like,
is definitely saying hi tonight. Look,
Yeah.
God bless her.
Nah, she can when she hears other people, she just
yeah, she
does
flirting.
this.
She hear a man voice. She's like, oh, yeah.
No, she hears Paul's voice. And she
She's-
said, "Don't
something's
eat
got her
me. Don't
I
eat
mean,
me, Paul."
She's not doing her usual chirp that she does during the show. She's actually talking. She's just going here. Yeah.
Yeah. She.
I
Sorry,
think
I might have to switch mics.
she's upset tonight.
I
I think
Sound like
she's
she
upset
Yeah.
that Yuzu's
Yeah.
dead. But
She's upset because I don't let her. She was like pulling out my hair, and so I was like, "Stop that!" And then she just.
that bird needs its own show. Pepper needs its own show.
Well, we need closed caption at the bottom to translate what she's saying.
Oh, you know
so-
what? I should make an AI thing that will translate that on the fly with API. That's a good idea.
Uh oh.
Pepper will be saying, "PK, get me yogurt." Just random stuff.
That's a bedroom talk, Klaus.
Yogurt.
Oh, wow. Well, let's get into Frog Boy Gaming. He's been busy these last few weeks. He's dropped some new videos, I'm sure, and I'm sure
Lots and lots.
I'm sure he's hopped on the Nvidia fan train.
No, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just been a pretty eventful week. My channel's dying, so I had to pivot. Keep getting told my channel's dying, so
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So you had
Guess
to
it just-
turn into a Nvidia fanboy.
No, so we're just going. So we're going for entertainment. Going for entertainment. No,
Hey, that's my name, PK Entertainment.
oh, maybe I'll have you come on and help entertain the fanboys.
That's what I'd like to do.
You like fanboy wars? They're awesome.
Hey man, Frogboy is definitely put out some pretty good content. I like him.
Yeah. Pepper wants to come on your channel.
Okay.
I'm translating for Pepper. Pepper
Hey,
says.
Pepper.
Pepper says PlayStation's winning.
Mm.
Pepper, you want to come and hang out with my cats?
No.
Now that we need on video, please.
Now that sounds very sensuous. I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
that might be the last time we hear from
Yeah.
Pepper.
I had a parakeet once that would have destroyed your cat. Okay, I'm just saying. It was a
Oh, keep
turkey
it
of a
clean.
bird.
Keep it clean, okay? It's a
No,
family
I
show.
mean this bird was mean to everybody and everything except me. You know,
Parakeets can get really
yeah,
aggressive. They're so small, but they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar with conures. They're also smaller,
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah, the parakeet bit my dad's finger once and refused to let go. It was it's like, yeah. She was a little upset.
Well, Paul, I'll tell you what I'm upset about tonight. What
What
I'm
we
really upset.
talking
You want?
about?
I'll get my
Yeah.
feelings out right now. I'm
Let's
really
get it.
upset. I'm really
Let's do it.
angry.
What we waiting on, man?
Let's go. Well,
Yeah.
Come on, then. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let us listen while you're really angry, then, clowns.
I
Please.
am
What?
angry at you.
What grinds your
Nintendo.
gears?
Pong is going to PC and he's totally tore up about it.
What? No. This is serious talk. You know, I'm really disappointed in Nintendo right now because Nintendo went after Tropic Haze LLC over the Yuzu emulator. Now, listen, okay, Nintendo, you did have some rights there, obviously, because you did find evidence that, hey, on their Discord, they traded the Breath of the Wild. It's probably not a smart move on their behalf. Probably not a smart move that they had a download guide on decryption keys. Not a smart move. And not a smart move having a Patreon. But with all that aside, emulators do serve a general purpose to archive a state of time for video games. Now, I would have preferred if Nintendo said, hey, alter your code so that there's no decryption keys, blah, 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 keep an emulator just for homebrew. I'd be happy. But no, they want to take them to court to protect their IPs. And Tropic Haze didn't even try to argue that Nintendo has allegedly used ROMs in the past that they downloaded off the internet for the virtual console titles. Instead, Tropic Haze says, yes, Nintendo, we agree to a $2.5 million lawsuit, and we're going to go ahead and turn over all our computers, all our telemetry data. We're going to turn over our website. We're going to turn everything over to you guys. And then we're just going to cease to exist, the LLC. And, hey, any other devs in our Discord that were not part of the LLC, well, they're free game for you to go after. I am disappointed. Not disappointed because Nintendo won. I'm disappointed because in the lawsuit, Nintendo alleged that emulators are solely for the purpose of piracy, which is 100% not true because there are emulators out there that only play homebrew stuff.
First of all, they have no evidence for that to matter. That's just an opinion piece, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, it's in the lawsuit, and Tropic Haze
So what?
agreed.
So what? It's not a law though that states that is true. That is just their opinion.
I agree with you. What's up, Invader? But I'm really disappointed.
That's just like saying hacking tools is a lethal thing because it could be used. First of all, a tool doesn't do anything by itself, and it's an educational purpose thing.
Right.
Doesn't matter, if someone uses anything to abuse it, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a tool itself.
It's the same argument that was used for those of us who rip DVDs and stuff.
Oh, I don't know anything. I never heard of that stuff.
Well, I'm just saying.
Right.
But
not every use of that is illegal, is what I'm saying. And
it's not illegal to have something. It's
Right.
it's illegal to do something illegal with it.
Distribution.
So you can't make that argument to
Yeah.
have a possession of a tool,
Right.
and you can always claim it's for research and get out of it. But
Yeah.
Now you guys see why I don't play around with the emulators. I just don't have the time or patience for it.
emulators is not bad. It's just Nintendo. They just whack.
And as you mentioned, I think
Nintendo's trying to protect their assets, man. Like I don't feel. I mean,
They're
go
not
ahead,
protected.
Nintendo, do what you gotta do.
I think part of it is
You want to play a Nintendo game, you buy a Nintendo Switch.
It's literally, at the end of the day, guess what? In 2024, that we have AI. We'll just spin up another site faster than ever and get it going again. Like
Yeah,
Oh, well.
this is what I was going to
Isn't there
mention,
already-
PK. To be fair,
Isn't there like a Ryujin one or something?
I'm trying to say something, but
Yeah,
you
go
know,
ahead.
whatever.
Go ahead, Paul.
Go.
I was just gonna say,
So am I,
think
but
part,
still
part
go.
of what got their attention was the Patreon, because all of a sudden now they're making money doing this stuff, and that's where a lot of them cross the line.
Well, where they cross the line is making their Discord open instead of keeping
Well,
it
yeah.
invite only. That would have been better off, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, so part of the problem was in this, somebody dug through all the documents, and Nintendo's legal team actually became members of the Discord, the private developer Discord, and in there, they were sharing links to download Breath of the Wild and other titles before release.
See,
yeah, that'll.
That's not going to make a company happy.
Mm.
No, that's not.
Yeah, fair
Mhm.
enough. Fair enough. That this is why Nintendo have gone against Yuzu, because that's where the Breath of the Wild, the biggest game, which was a massive game, right? This
Yeah.
is it got pre-leaked, right?
Wait, this was Breath of the Wild? I thought it was Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. So I apologize. Yep, my bad.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute, man. They're going all the way back for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no. Sorry,
That
sorry,
was part of
sorry,
it.
Frog.
That was in there too. They were in there for a while.
Yeah.
the point is they will
Sorry,
go
my-
after
sorry,
you
my guy,
for
but
the
that-
original
that-
Donkey Kong.
yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, Nintendo's like Disney; they will go after you. Okay, they just no. And
At the end of the
They
day,
will.
you know,
But do you not think that this company settled and gone, do you know what? Yeah, fair enough. We've made some money. We can take this. But in the background, all these people that have been in this company, they're just going to launch another.
that's what I said. It's the
In my
same
opinion,
thing.
exactly what you said,
and
PK.
faster than they ever did
They're
before.
just they already have the technology. They already have the ability. Just, do you know what? Let's shut down the company, give you your 2 million, whatever you need, because we've made more than that. Let's make another one, and then
We just learn from our mistakes and don't let
fuck
it happen
you,
again.
right? that's where they're at. That's exactly why they've settled,
Yeah.
as PK said. Because do you know what? Yep, let's settle, and we will come back at you fucking harder, stronger, and we'll
Smarter.
make more. Fuck you.
Well, all members of the LLC had to sign an agreement that they would not partake in any more.
They don't have
distribution.
to.
They did.
They don't have to.
That was part of their agreement.
That's not what I mean. They don't have to do any work. They just show somebody else to do it.
Well, the GitHub was up before they signed the agreement. There are people that allegedly cloned the GitHub and put it on multiple, not just GitHub, but multiple.
GitLab is
Yeah,
where it's at.
GitLab's another one. So there's multiple companies, and Yuzu and Suyu were two that came out. Yuzu's already been shut down by Nintendo. The first day it was released, it was picked up by Game Informer, and it got shut down as soon as Nintendo saw the article. And the makers of Lockpick RCM also are afraid of the lawsuit, so they withdrew making anything that would pull keys off the Switch, even though they're not part of the lawsuit or part of this Yuzu thing. They were the group behind leaking the keys or making the software for people to leak the keys, and they're gone. And there's a few other developers from the scene that just totally shut down their GitHubs out of fear because they don't want to be another example.
Like I said,
Nintendo's coming.
they just make it private, dude. That's all they gotta do, and that's all they are doing.
Here's a question, clowns. Here's a question, right?
Yeah.
If you were anything to do with Yuzu and you knew what you were doing, right? Would you decide all of a sudden think, do you know what? We're not going to do that again. Or would you try and devise another way to just go, let's make something else. We've learned our lessons. They found us. Let's make it a lot more private, like PK said.
Go
right?
to New Zealand,
let's-
where there's no privacy laws.
Yeah.
They do no
Let's-
extradition.
Let's change it up a little bit where they can't fucking find me. Let's do that. Do you not think they're thinking, do you know what, we'll settle for that, and guess what? We've learned our lesson. Try and find us again, dickhead. That's what they're saying.
That's what I
And
said.
there's gonna be another emulator, and Nintendo aren't gonna find them as easily. or at least
or they can be in a position where Nintendo can't do anything because there's no
yeah,
privacy laws that
yep.
they can use or no extradition. My point is,
Would,
I told Clown the same thing about Konami when the emulators for Yu-Gi-Oh was online and Konami originally shut them down. You know what they do now? They have a private Discord server to distribute their emulators. So you can't Konami can't come to them because it's their private Discord servers. But you can install the emulators and play for free. You don't have to pay money, and you'll have access to all the cards. So it's the same deal. I mean,
Well,
it's nothing new under the sun.
in Animated Evil's case, what he said, if somebody was part of user or whatever, the one suggestion I would have is a couple suggestions. Number one, don't have a Patreon like Paul said. That's just the dumbest thing you can do. Number two, don't pass links for pirated software or games and tell people where to download them, even privately amongst yourself. That's just really dumb. Because Discord will turn over logs anyway. It's not like that they have any privacy
All you got
protection for you.
all you got to do is do your transactions in crypto, and you're good.
No, I mean, they're posting direct links like to Mediafire and all these other sites. That's part of the
Oh,
problem. They were just posted in there, like, hey, check this out. Oh, look, check
But
this out.
you only give to people who pay in crypto access to said file. It's just
No. This was the team of people, like the 4 or 5 people that were working on the
I
program.
agree. I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying they just wasn't. They was a little bit too lax with their control, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And the other thing is, don't tell people how to decrypt stuff. Don't tell people, hey, if you want to use this for piracy, here's how you decrypt it. That's dumb. Because now you're telling them how to use it to commit a crime when you could have just basically said, hey, use this for homebrew, and if you use it for anything else, we're not responsible. We're not going to tell you how to figure that out. And then people would just look on Reddit or wherever else it might be. But don't put yourself in a position where you make yourself vulnerable so many times. Every common emulator today is guilty of this. I mean, a lot of them are guilty. Citra emulators got me because the user team that was behind that. Right, I don't know what's going to happen to Ryu Jinx. I think that's going to be gone too. I believe they have a Patreon. It's probably not a smart move. So, I don't know. It's just my opinion. I'm really disappointed because I see emulation as a way to preserve a state of gaming history. I don't look at it for piracy necessarily, but
Especially if it's games that are like 25 years old. Like, what are we talking
nobody's
about
making license fees off those anymore. Yeah, like, it's just ridiculous. But, I don't know. That's my soapbox tonight. That's what I'm upset about.
You sound upset too, man. I'm sorry. I'll rub you back.
It's alright. Never once did I complain.
I'm hurt.
Never once did I go out there and be like, Nintendo, you hurt my feelings because Super Mario is a poor rendition of Italian Americans from Brooklyn. Oh, my feels are hurt. Never once did I do that.
You just did it.
Well, I like Super Mario. So I
that
can't
was
do it. But I'm just
he was
saying.
making an example as such, but still.
Yeah, I'm just making an example, right? Nobody's ever complained about that. So, I was just throwing it out there. Cozy, Paul, Frog Boy, anything?
No,
I have nothing to say about
You
it.
just took everybody's energy, bro. You mad for everybody. You just like,
Yeah.
man, you're angry.
Yeah, I'm so mad that Pepper even got quiet. Pepper's like, oh, yeah, he's got
You,
this now.
you
He's
scared
got
her.
this."
You scared her, man. She was like, oh shh. I don't know about this. Yuzu and Luzu and Susu Lulu.
Oh, yeah, no, it's called Suyu, the new one. Because they
Hey,
named it.
no. I was making fun of people not saying whole words anymore. They just say part of the word, and you're supposed to understand what they're talking about.
Well, they named it Suyu.
The thing is, though, I have to ask, what is your thought on the difference between the two of piracy and backing up your stuff you've got?
Piracy is
clearly-
stealing licensed
No,
stuff.
obviously, because
Clearly
Clowns
not.
is a little bit upset about it, right? But I'm just asking him his thoughts on
Okay, go ahead.
the diversity between what is piracy and what is backing up
Go ahead, dude.
the stuff
So-
you've got.
In some countries, and I believe I don't know if the UK's changed their law, but I think the UK used to have this law. You're allowed to make one digital backup.
Probably we've got some stupid shit, so yeah, why not, right?
Yeah.
It's probably our fault.
I'm glad you said that because I was saying it in my head.
So
No, I'm just joking.
in some countries, you have the legal right to back up one copy of your digital items. Okay.
Okay.
And so in that case, if
You
it's
can
for
back up your copies here. What are you talking about? You can back up a copy of anything you have the license to. You just can't distribute.
Right. That's the
not-
difference between backing it up and piracy.
and you're
Well,
not
don't-
supposed
Well,
to
I
break
mean,
encryption
with
keys.
Nintendo games, don't you have to like strip them from the cartridge anyways? How do you? I mean, yeah, you know what I mean.
They also come digital too. I mean, but
Oh yeah, I mean
guess-
like a digital game.
Frog
yeah.
Boy's correct. You have to decrypt the keys. Yes, they're encoded with DMCA
Yeah.
keys, and you have
So then
to
it's
crack the code.
technically against
Yeah,
the
it's
law.
against the law to crack the code. Yes, in America, it is against the law to crack the code.
So yeah, you probably should not break the law.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
well,
I
it,
I do what I want. No, I'm just joking.
If you gotta be a stealer, be a stealer. But no, I'm just joking. People
go ahead,
stealing
man.
stuff
Sorry.
is the reason we paying $70 for game. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, right. So to answer your question, I got a great quote from somebody when I made a little soapbox short. I posted on TikTok, animated, and he said,
Okay.
"Now keep in mind that all the games today, you technically don't own them. You're only paying a license to play them. Even your physical copies, it says on the back of the disc or in the cartridge that you only have the license to play this product at home for private use. You don't own the product, okay?" So this guy on TikTok said the greatest quote I ever heard: "Piracy ain't stealing if buying isn't owning."
I guess. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, but I'm pretty sure the law was written by the rich corporations that
Yes.
made sure
First
It
of all,
was, yeah.
they
First of all,
made
the-
sure that
the
you're going
law
to be
is
in trouble.
also has holes in the statements. So there's loops in that law that you're talking about there. So it's no different than if you let's say you dual boot or boot a live CD of Linux and access your Windows data. Well, guess what? Linux doesn't abide by any of the Windows controls. So if I grab the data from there and it loses in its encryption, that's not decrypting anything. Okay, it just don't have it. And I didn't do anything to circumvent it. It's just not there. So it is what it is. It's just kind of those things. No one said you can't do that. You know what I mean? Is they it's okay. I understand piracy, right? I understand. But guess what? It's gonna happen. There's nothing you can do to stop it either. The more doors you put up, the more doors they unlock. It is what it is. I keep saying it. You think this is the first
Yeah.
time that this
No,
happened? And you
it's
think
not.
it's gonna be the last time it happened.
Nope. It's not.
it's
All
been
right.
going on as long as there's been gaming, dude.
And it's,
I mean,
it's going to keep going on. And that's my point. Nintendo would never be able to stop the machine. The internet is undefeated. I keep saying that. Nobody believes me. But the internet is
Hey.
undefeated.
I
I mean,
believe you.
even before the internet, we found ways. You know, we always found ways.
And when we get the internet, what we do? Accelerate those ways.
That's right.
Now we get AI. So guess what else we going to do? Accelerate those ways.
Acceleration.
So,
Oh man, I don't want to play this game.
yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Well, so that was my soapbox for tonight.
I don't want to play this game on freaking PlayStation 5. So fuzzy, I'm
Anyway.
gonna die.
Anyway, clown. So what was the next thing we were going to talk about, dude?
So the next thing I wanted to talk about, and I want to kind of talk about this in a way that doesn't enrage people, right?
Uh-oh.
Because
Uh-oh. You mean
people-
like the last topic? Oh, man, we need to calm down.
No, this one is more of a topic out there because there's some crazy stuff that happened with this, okay? And Frog Boy addressed it on his channel. I've seen it addressed all over Rumble, and I've seen it addressed all over TikTok and all over the places, okay? Even Oh No, It's Alex, who's a great YouTuber, talked about this. I mean, I appreciate his work that he does on YouTube. So I'm going to go over this with you guys a little bit and try to follow me. I think Frog Boy knows more about this than some of you if you haven't followed. So, there's a company called Sweet Baby Incorporated. Now, Sweet Baby Incorporated is a company that helps developers and people in the industry. They review their game scripts for them and their characters, and they try to help them be more inclusive of diverse characters along LGBTQIA+, I think. And a guy on Steam made a list, and basically in the curator list, he's pointing out all the games that Sweet Baby Incorporated had work on. The guy didn't do anything wrong. He just said, hey, these games have been detected to have used Sweet Baby Incorporated, and he says, I don't find those games enjoyable, and they tend to get lower ratings than other games. So basically, here's a list. I'm avoiding them. You can avoid them too if you want to. Basically is what he said. He didn't really get crazy about it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't get crazy. If you go through the list, he didn't get crazy over it. But
he didn't. No.
He just stated his opinion.
yeah, he just stated his opinion. Now, some employees from Sweet Baby Incorporated, not all of them, but two in particular, one went on a rant saying, hey, we need to get this guy banned on Steam. And he went on his account on Twitter, which many developers followed and many companies followed. And he said, I want everybody to go and report this guy in Steam to get his account banned because he appreciates the Steam account because he's been there for years. And he has like a high level, I think 163 or something, something crazy. So he started posting all these angry tweets at the guy, try to start a harassment campaign. Now, the guy never once harassed Sweet Baby Incorporated or any of its employees. Just said, hey, I don't like these games. Well, the president of Sweet Baby Incorporated said, no, I want to shut this guy's Steam account down. So instead of getting...
The pettiness.
Well, yes.
Cozy, get him. Get him, Cozy.
Oh no, man! These people that work at Sweet Baby Inc. are trash. They're racist. They're trash.
No.
They want to try to subvert you with their little anger, freaking their stupid politics and all that stuff. No, man, I support the dude on Steam 100%.
No,
These guys inject garbage into games, and it ruins them. I've had so many games ruined because of this garbage that I want it to end. Taking a stance
so
on my
what we found out since, and I'm sorry for you to I'm sorry to interrupt.
Story, so
what we found out since is that they've been accused of unethical practices in the company, right?
What's called unethical?
Trying to like use not manipulation.
It's abuse of employees, all that kind of stuff.
I'll go ahead and explain that to PK here, and then you guys can reiterate off it. So
you go, clowns.
After Chris Kindred did this on Twitter, it backfired on him, and a lot of gamers on Twitter said, "No, we're not going to do that. This is really a terrible way to handle the situation. It's better just to move on and forget about the Steam, user. You're bringing too much attention to it." Well, obviously, after that, he blocked his account, and he, Sweet Baby Inquiry, so people can't see him. Then people start digging up further tweets from the past of some of these employees, and there was some pretty racist stuff. And one particular employee that people brought up on Twitter. I'm not going to say it on the channel because it's really bad words. Bad words that he got away with on Twitter. And I think everybody reported him on Twitter by now, but really bad words. Think about that, PK. Really bad words. And then somebody leaks a video from, not leaks, but it was probably public.
The founder.
GDC conference. And basically, what the founder said at the conference at GDC was, hey, tell these companies, about these ideas. But this is just a rough summary. Don't come correct me, but just a rough summary. Tell these companies about these ideas, and if they don't listen to you, sit down with the marketing team and scare them when you go out for coffee. What are you, the mafia? You gonna scare them? Are you gonna break a leg? Hey, do this, or this is gonna...
Tell them all the blue hairs are gonna come after you if you don't.
I mean, listen, I'm wrong. I think that's wrong. Like, I'm gonna say
Straight up
this.
using mafia tactics to put freaking rainbows in games.
Well, for me, it's not about that, but I understand your point. I have other people that said the same thing as you, Frog Boy. But my point is, listen, if you want diversity and inclusion in the games, it should come from the devs and the writers to make it sound natural in the games. It shouldn't be forced into the game. Characters shouldn't be forced to be changed to fit a narrative. If a game was developed with a mindset in mind, let it be, create a different game, create different characters, and make that for that purpose. Don't take something that's almost finished or an existing project and then throw it in something that might never have had that. Like, comic books used to be so neutral, right?
Clowns, they go out of their way to inject this stuff in a way that's provocative and it literally creates the problems that they say they're trying to solve, like the racism, the feminism, the LGBTQ stuff. I don't think most gamers, because there's a lot of these games that I've played and it's completely woof right over my head. You know what I mean? Because it's done right.
What you're saying is we couldn't give a shit, but we enjoy it because it's engaging, right?
Yeah.
We normally enjoy it because it's engaging, right?
What he's saying is,
let me give you guys.
Why does it have to be the focus? Sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
cut you off.
Yeah, let me give you guys an example. I'm playing this game right now called Banishers. Well, actually, I kind of quit because they just inject this feminist, this hardcore like feminist stuff in there, and it just completely destroyed the immersion for me. It's like 1600s, and we're talking about like Hillary Clinton type feminist stuff, and I'm like, wow, this is completely immersion breaking. But then if you contrast that to The Last of Us 2, I think Neil Druckmann, honestly, I don't care what anybody says, I think he is like the king of being able to add woke stuff into games. We're going to call it woke for the sake of people being woke, whatever.
Okay.
The way he was able to bring The Last of Us 2 together and like make that like an engaging story, like it did not break my immersion whatsoever. And there's a lot of controversial stuff in that game, but he did it good. He did it like compelling to the point where I was like, all right, I get the whole fact. I know this game is controversial to a lot of people, but I think he did it good. The way he did it versus the way that, it comes out in some of these Sweet Baby Inc. projects. It's like, it's not all of the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff was bad per se. Like I just got done playing, what was it? Gosh dang it, Suicide Squad. And I didn't think that one was like way over the top or anything. But obviously, but I don't know. Yeah. So it's just kind of crazy that these guys are bringing that stuff into games. The way they do it is so freaking bad, man.
The thing is, where I have looked up Sweet Baby Inc. This evening, and all these things were just basically forced upon the people that are doing it, basically. So they've been accused. It's not so much of how they were, what's the word, forcing things into the gaming industry. They did it via unethical practices, apparently.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they're forcing, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. That's wrong, right?
Right.
But the thing is, though, what I don't get, we've seen the same thing with Activision Blizzard. We've seen the same thing where they've been forcing the same. It's the same thing, right?
Right.
Under Bobby Kotick, it's the same thing. It's the whole thing. And didn't Ubisoft get accused with the Guillemot family about being like that with Ubisoft? It's not new. It's weird that this is just the newest one we're going after.
It's been like this for about the last 10 years,
from
man.
what it sounds like, I haven't read I mean, you guys just telling me the story, but from what it sounds like, one of the biggest problems is it started by isolating and singling out a regular user, based on his opinion. And because you didn't agree with that, you decided to take it further and attack him on a different level and make it
Mhm.
a personal thing rather than a business, uh, you know, strategic. What can you say? Uh, uh, Criticism, right? Um, because that's how I view it, is more like a criticism thing. And if a user feels that way, maybe try to understand, but instead they took it to the point where they would do something malicious, which is a
Well, that's
problem.
their tactic. That's their tactic to getting their stuff into video games. That's what they do. They try that tactic, and
Yeah,
then they. But this is a little different, man. We're actual gamers and real human beings. We're not
yeah.
corporations, dude. That shit ain't gonna fly with us.
Well, I mean, I agree with you. This is why I said the internet is undefeated, right? You
Exactly.
you come for the internet. It's no different than what's his name? Who does all the celebrity gossip? What's his name? The hip hop gossip, and he said, if you're 30 years old and you're a gamer, that means you're depressed or something. And everybody came for
Oh,
him.
Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad TV when he came, it's no different than that. You know what I'm saying? It's you make blanket statements based on your opinion. Hey, listen, all I'm saying is you can feel however you want, and in America, you're free to say whatever you want. You're just not free from the consequences that come from that. So just keep that in mind. And I keep
I'm
saying the internet is undefeated. They will come for you.
I'm I'm gonna be a little bit with you there, PK. The thing is, as gamers, we feel entitled. We really do, and we call out these people that these companies that, as gamers, we go, do you know what? This is not acceptable. But it happens over a whole spectrum of other sort of artifices. Like it happens in movies, it happens in music, it happens in the whole thing. I think we feel over entitled as gamers, unfortunately,
I
to
don't.
say,
I
do you
don't
know
think.
what? Yeah, go on.
I don't. I don't. I'm not going to disagree with you. I think the language you're using, I'm just not sure it aligns with
Mm,
what. I think what it is we all are gamers, but we also are passionate about what brought us to be gamers, and they're all
Yeah.
different
yes,
reasons. Um,
agreed.
but when somebody assaults the very core of what we do and go after a person, it's no different than Sony going after that kid, that 15-year-old that tried to show people how to install Linux on the PlayStation 2. Like that was nonsense and actually sued
Mm.
a 15-year-old. That's
And
nonsense.
Mr. Bowser that got put in fucking prison by Nintendo just for fucking having stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Just
Uh,
that's kind of what I'm saying is like we're in a
yeah,
situation where we have
yeah, I
social
agree.
media and everything now, and we have voices and a platform to talk. Anyways, I haven't heard from Cozy and Paul, so I just want to make sure they get involved because I don't hear no birds, I don't hear no
Sounds like she's
Mm,
pineapples.
muted.
how's my sound?
Hey,
Better now.
you good?
Uh, I think I think ultimately I don't know.
Still
This is
muted,
like
Cozy.
these conversations for me are like typically in the realm of
Oh,
games I
no,
don't
you're not.
play or care about.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, so like people complaining like, "Oh, you play a basic game designed to appeal to the common denominator." Of course, that's the kind of game that happens. Those are the kind of games that happens in.
Well, it's
You have
mostly like
basic taste. That's
AAA.
okay.
They mostly just cram it into AAA because
But those are the basic games. So if you're
yeah,
playing basic games, expect basic stuff.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, True Colors was a great game,
Yeah, True
and
Colors.
and it's not, it wasn't the folk. Matter of fact, you could be straight or you know,
Hmm.
and it didn't matter, and it wasn't the focus. That was the point of the story was the focus,
Yeah,
and that's the point. Is right? Is the story was the focus, and you wanted to know what the heck was going on, and that's what makes a game, entertaining. When you change the focus, to something that has nothing to do with why you are wanting these people to spend their money, then I can see that being a problem because then it does intentionally look like some sort of opinionated or political or whatever you want to call it agenda, right? Seems like an agenda because you're not even focusing on the core of what you want to bring these people together to enjoy your game for.
right.
Am I tripping? Am I saying that, articulating that properly?
Yeah, yeah.
What happened to Paul?
I'm here.
Okay, that's why I was looking for Paul. Go ahead, Paul. I didn't hear
I
you
mean,
say
I
that.
mean, all I was going to point out was that I think it was Carlo who started this by saying, comic books didn't used to be like this. Actually, they've always kind of been like this. They've just kind of worked it into the story in such a way that it didn't necessarily slap you in the face. Um, they've always been a vehicle for kind of passing along these messages in one way or another. Yeah, and some books did it more than others, yes, but it's always kind of been there. It's always been there in every kind of media. So I mean, yeah, I don't like it either when it kind of like when you get belted over the head with it, and it's like, okay, now because like you said, it takes you out of the story. If you're watching something and you feel like you're getting bashed over the head with this point over and over and over again, you're like,
It's like their
okay,
focus, right?
yeah, yeah. Instead of working on a story, they're working on a message. So
Yes,
and that's where you lose me. So.
gotcha. And I 100% agree with what Paul just said. He said it better than me. I couldn't get it out. And I
Well,
and
that
I ain't
means
hear
that-
I ain't hear the bird saying anything either.
She's back in her cage again.
Oh man.
She didn't want to
Of
have
I-
nothing
her
to do
own
with it.
volition. Of her own
Yeah,
volition. Her cage
She
is
didn't want to
open.
have anything to do with it. She's like, nope.
I think clowns traumatized her is what
No,
it is.
but after hearing everybody's thoughts, this is what I come up with on this. I think diversity and inclusion is a good thing as long as it doesn't exclude anyone else. You can't be inclusive if you're going to exclude anyone. Also, if you're going to be
Absolutely.
inclusive, do not sit there and try to harass other people and force them into your ideology. It's okay
Right.
for people to think differently. Not everybody's going to agree, but you got to have a point where you can debate civilly, talk civilly, and be civil with each other. Don't start going to cancel people, and because if you start canceling people, then you're never really inclusive in general. You're not an
Well,
inclusive person at all. You just want to cancel people. That's
well,
that's
first,
toxic.
first of all, I didn't mean to cut you off. I need to make this point because I am on a D&I committee at my job. Let me tell you, diversity and inclusion's core is to just make space a safe space for everyone to be able to enjoy the same amenities together. I don't care if it's accessibility. I don't care if it's culture. I don't care what it is. It doesn't mean pushing an agenda. It just means creating an option and
Yeah.
making sure that it's a level playing field for everybody. It does not mean you're pushing something. It just means you're creating a a bridge that did not exist. And I don't care what nobody said. It did not exist. Let me tell you, if you had an accessibility challenge, because this is part of DNI, it did not exist. So you creating this uh, uh, this bridge so that people can enjoy the same thing, have the same education, same gaming, same everything, however that makes sense. Like all of the things that may hold people back for whatever that reason is, the whole point of DNI is to create space so they could do the same thing. It's not to push an agenda or tell people believe this or that, and none of that. That has nothing to do with it. And that's the reason I spoke about it is because that is what a lot of people are saying, and that's what I disagree with. Okay, that's not what this is. It's what we're doing now. We're having a podcast, having different opinions. We're creating a space where we have a platform to even disagree or agree. It doesn't matter, but we all have the same level to speak on every topic, however we choose or not choose. That's the point. I'm sorry. I'm a little passionate about it, and it
No,
kind of
and
pees me off.
I'm glad you spoke about that because you're involved in stuff like that at your job and you've helped other people. And the fact that you said it's supposed to be a safe space for everybody, I think that's the important thing here. Like, you're not trying to exclude anybody. And it just seems like that if you're going to take away everything from a character that made a character, you're excluding who the character is to make them something they're not. And Paul talked about comic books, and basically he was saying over time that comic books had these messages, but they weren't smacking you in the face. I will say that X-Men was really more about getting people to recognize people's disabilities. X-Men, they were mutants. They were different than the normal population, and then during that time, having disabilities, you were an outcast. So that was really the message of
During
X-Men.
that time.
Yeah, because
And
During that time.
And
Yes.
speaking of that, fun fact: the reason why Deadpool's and Wolverine's healing factor is not the same is because Deadpool's healing factor was meant to fight his cancer. Okay, his cancer, not like Wolverine, where he was born to heal from anything. That's why if you look up under Deadpool's suit, he looks the way he looks. That
Yep.
was a point that they wanted to point out, even though he's still a clone of Deathstroke. Go ahead. Fun fact. Sorry, clowns.
No, we're good. Anybody else got anything to say on this, or did we beat it up pretty good?
SBI bad.
Hey, let's talk about the PlayStation guys, bro. Let's talk about those.
PlayStation.
Wait, what? How do we?
You want to talk about the bebes now?
I want to talk about the Ghost of Tsushima that's coming to
Ghost
PC.
of Tsushima.
Not just Ghost of
Coming to
Tsushima,
PC.
but Ghost of
Full
Tsushima
slate gone.
director's cut. That's what
You
I
get
was.
the director's cut. That means you get to go play around in Icky Island
And it's cheaper.
at
And gonna play it
4K,
on
120 FPS. You
NVIDIA.
can play it on NVIDIA GPUs with no ray tracing. I don't think they have ray tracing, so basically NVIDIA's kind of moot for that. AMD's going to knock it out of the park with the higher rasterization.
They already
Ooh.
did the higher rasterization better,
AMD is the best, absolutely.
But yeah,
Not a
let's
sponsor.
get to-
Remember when you start doing that? Not a sponsor. Come on, we're gonna
Hey.
get in trouble.
I'm
Hey.
not a sponsor. I just like AMD.
That's fine.
Hey,
but-
listen. So,
Wait. I heart AMD.
hey, Cozy,
Yeah.
how you feel about Ghost of Tsushima?
Tsushima.
I'm not into Japanese stuff, so I don't care.
So, what she mean is she's not into the PlayStation stuff.
Wait a minute, I thought Cozy likes anime.
No, ew.
Ooh,
See?
boy.
That's
There you go.
because he never watches your show, Cozy. That's why he don't know.
I
Throwing
already
that
went-
out there.
I already
You
went-
know
that out
what?
there.
I need to ask
Paul.
Pepper. I need to
I
ask
already
Pepper
went-
these questions. Where's Pepper? Pepper, rat her out right now, Pepper.
She's in her cage.
You know,
I already went toxic code on them ponies.
so wait a minute. That's right. So there was a response for this game. I thought everybody'd be happy he's coming to PC, and we all knew it was going to happen.
You just have loud mouths, really, because let's be honest, how much sales did it do? It's like a small fraction of the people who even probably
Ponies don't
actually
buy
played it.
games.
I'd like to see the actual numbers.
That game's
The
game's already
trophies.
been-
Let's look at the trophy list of the people complaining.
It's actually a good game. It from what it
Yeah,
actually got a lot
Ghost
of
of
hype, so.
Tsushima is one of their freaking bangers.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just really
She
not
just
into
saying-
the culture.
Absolutely.
She just saying that the people that's complaining,
Yeah.
it's probably far and
They probably
few
ain't
in
even
between.
played it. Yeah.
So it's coming.
They're
to
like,
PC,
we
guys.
can't afford it. We can't afford it. We didn't play
It's-
it.
Do you know what? It's coming to PC. It's coming to PC, and it's because I don't know the PlayStation, right? So it's coming to PC, which means I do have a PC these days, right? Which
You'll be
means
able
I
to
can
play
play
this.
this game. How is that a bad thing for those people that hate the fact that it's coming to PC?
Hey, could you?
Why is it a bad thing that I can play it?
Why don't
I
somebody
can't-
get one of the tweets and pull it up of
Yep.
what they said? I just kind of read it.
Oh,
Why
one of
is
the
it-
one of the ones.
Here's the
Yeah.
question though: why is
I
it a
posted
bad
them.
thing?
Okay,
that I
look.
can now
Okay,
play?
here's why it's getting the response, because last week they were giving Xbox shit for putting their stuff on other platforms,
Hey,
and
wait,
now they're turning around and Sony's doing the same shit. And
Well,
so now
it's-
they're whining and they're complaining and they're
but I
doing
want
the
to
I
hear what
told
they
you
got to say.
so's and all that shit.
Somebody
Let's see if I
read
can
one of the
find it.
remarks, because I think the audience needs to hear or see if we can get
Let
it up.
me
If
see.
not,
I
then
put
at
up
least hear
4
it.
of those pictures. I put up 4 of those
I
pictures. so
think it's important to hear their opinion. Listen, we can't dog these guys out. They feel offended and betrayed. Okay, we got to understand why so we can address it. Right,
don't
Cozy?
buy this. Sony is playing us real fans who bought the game back in 2020. It's a betrayal. We feel stabbed in the
2020?
back.
Oh, it's 2024.
Don't
so it's 4
support
years
this.
old.
Don't buy. Let them take a
But-
loss and regret that decision.
Okay.
PlayStation will always be the definitive platform to play Ghost of Tsushima.
So did that person make a Steam account just to go on there and put a comment?
No,
And this,
all ponies have like
Can we
high
not
quality
do that,
PCs.
please?
What?
what calling the ponies?
Yeah,
So,
don't.
it's okay. You mean the Sony stands or fanboys? I got you.
Right.
So
PlayStation only fans.
yeah, that's a good one.
Credit Colt Eastwood.
That's a good
PlayStation
one.
only fans.
No, let's not. But let's
Are they
discuss why
so-
the difficulties. Why shouldn't I play it now? It's come on PC.
Nope, you heard that guy. Sony's betraying them. You can't buy it. You can't
It's
support
it's
that.
the same response some of the Xbox guys had last week. That Xbox is betraying us because they're putting games that we bought and we paid for on other
Yep.
platforms.
but it's 4 years old.
And it's unfair. I know. I don't care personally. I'm just saying that's what the response
And
is. It's a.
I
it's
think.
an- it's an-
I think that.
But let's go back. Does PC really count?
I think the stance of this channel completely, right? I think the stance of 4GQ TV is like, do you know what? Whatever games you play is wherever you play it is where you have it is where you enjoy it, right?
Yes.
That's the stance.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry. I brought the
Surely,
I brought
surely
the
whether you're on
console
PC,
wars.
PlayStation, or Xbox.
no, because we don't do Nintendo
surely, come on.
anymore. Nah, just
Well, no,
I
I never mentioned Nintendo.
I am.
So, but
I am
let's
all
be
about
fair.
and
PC,
exclusive
PlayStation, or
now.
Xbox, we condone where you play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
As a channel. Correct, clowns?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter where people play.
absolutely.
Exactly.
This is a gaming channel, just like my channel is a gaming channel. We have room
Just
for
the-
So why
everybody.
can't I now realize I can now buy this on my PC because I don't own a PlayStation. I do not own a PlayStation.
You
So
can.
why
And I
isn't
just
it, why
told
isn't
you
it a
why
good
they're.
thing?
You
I
can,
know
and I just told you why they're
it-
saying
I
it's not
think
a good thing.
Paul,
I
I
just
think it was
told you that
rhetorical, buddy.
twice.
I think he was being rhetorical.
Yeah, he's being rhetorical, Paul.
I'm being rhetorical, Paul. It's fine. Why can't I?
He believes he's agreeing with you.
Will you guys quit using big words? My hillbilly mind can't deal with it.
My hillbilly mind won't work with it.
So,
Okay,
Paul-
I apologize.
Paul, but the games on the Xbox.
I'm recumbent to
Was-
listening to what you say, right?
Now somebody
Was-
tell me what rhetorical means. No, I'm
And
I'm
recumbent,
joking.
right?
I was just gonna see, Paul. The games are gonna that we're going to port it. I mean, that's not really impactful to the brand, though. And my question is, Paul or anybody,
It
does
destroys the brand.
PC mean anything other than create more sales? It's one thing, because I'm not even trying to defend the Xbox thing, but kind of I understand their point of view because they want it's not even a PC thing because every Xbox game go to PC anyway. It's more like to another platform or a rival console. Like I don't
Hey.
see PC as a rival console.
I do.
It's just like mobile. It's just a different platform. It's not in the same space as a competitor. In other words, I just don't see it that way, and I'm trying to understand. Maybe somebody can help me understand. Paul, you got an explanation for that?
Well, it's not really the same space, but it's the same space that they're coming from. It's the attitude of we want our stuff and we don't want to share it. We want you to come to us. We don't want you,
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted you to say.
right.
I don't want to play fuzzy games anymore.
I don't want you to have it.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're
I
just
don't-
like
I don't want you to have it unless you have to put the same output that I have to get it.
You have to play it fuzzy like the rest of us now, dude. I spend a lot more money.
they
on my
don't
PC.
it's like interesting because it's like these people that are talking like this don't realize that they are ultimately not important and a small minority, and they look at something. It's like a lot of them look at things and they look, that's how it is, that's how it has been, and that's and they're just getting dragged on the heels of what's
Like
coming.
absolute.
They're just getting dragged. The line marches forward and they're just being dragged by the heels.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's tribalism, is what it's
Yeah.
called. And honestly, I'm not saying I am defending the Xbox side, right? But I do say I think I understand their point of view a little more than this one because you're talking about PC. Like you get what I'm saying? It's like putting it on mobile and crying about mobile when it's not in the same space.
I
I
think part of it is too. Remember,
three.
they've been saying for the last couple of years, "Oh, this will never go to PC. That'll never go to PC."
yes,
And
it will.
Spider-Man.
Everything.
Well, no,
goes to
but
PC.
they've been saying for up
Yeah,
until
you're
the
right.
last year
You're
or
right.
two,
You're right.
they've been saying,
But
this will never happen. Well, then Spider-Man went to PC, and
but
then
look at
so
who
did some of the
says
other
they.
games.
It's the people who don't even work for the company. Look,
I know, and I'm
you,
not you know where I stand on all
yeah,
that shit. I think
yeah.
it's silly. I've always thought it was silly. Yeah.
Wait,
tell
how
me-
are they going to e-beg off this now, though, Paul?
Who knows?
We're
Dang.
animated.
Steam sales
You.
and Steam
Are you
Yeah.
saying?
numbers.
Are you saying that the UK's what do they call it again? The one that protects the consumers that get
Oh,
in and get
the
mad.
CMA,
The
or
CMA.
whatever.
They
Yeah.
didn't get mad and talk to Sony about this move to PC.
We're not
You're
going to
being
get into politics. But they were
anti-consumer.
paid. We're British.
Let's
You
keep
know
it
what?
100.
Throw us, no,
Wait a
no,
minute,
no,
wait a
no,
minute.
we're not going to
Keep
get
it
into that.
100
Throw us
because you know their
some money.
PlayStation
You
stands.
Americans tell us what we're going to do. We're going to do it.
Wait,
That's
wait,
what happens, right?
Hey, you
Unfortunately.
Wait,
If
let's
we
just keep it
sneeze, you get a
100.
cold, right?
They are
Yeah, this is what happens, right? You Americans tell what we're going to do. We're going to do it, right? Throw us some money.
Except when it
We're
comes to
okay.
PlayStation.
That's
Except
what
when it
happens.
comes
You
to
get a cold.
PlayStation, because
CMA is a fucking joke, man.
I'm just
I'm
saying.
saying it online. It's fine. CMA is a joke. Who are they? We didn't know who they were until fucking 8 months ago, whatever it was.
That's true.
Nobody
That's true.
knew who they were.
I
So who
was just-
cares? It's like all of a sudden. Hang on a minute.
I
You're
was
telling
just
me what I'm
saying-
going to do? I've
Aren't they
never
the
heard
new-
of you before.
And they're
Didn't the
not even a
PlayStation
government
acquire
agency, which is the funniest part.
They're not. They are employed by the government, but they're not controlled by
Right.
the government. It's bullshit.
You know what I think?
They're independent. They were paid by the fucking US to say fucking. Do you know what? Did you cancel that shit? That's
Hey.
what they were told to do.
I was just trying to get clarity because I know they're PlayStation fans because I've
Now,
seen them go
and
online.
you
and
know
say,
how to trigger
I would
me.
never
Fuck
let
you.
that happen to my Call of Duty. Huh?
You
Call
know
of
how to trigger me.
Duty.
But you triggered me. That's it. That's
Are
where
they,
we're at.
are they, you know what they need, animated? You need to go in there to CMA as a UK citizen, put your
Set 'em
foot down,
straight.
and say, we need more Americans that work here.
No, what they need is somebody like me to say, "What the fuck are you doing? Stop it right now." That's what they need. But no, our government's got no fucking backbone. We
I
do
just
what
didn't
we do what you tell us to do. That's where we're at.
But I thought they conquered a lot of countries. What happened? What's going on here?
That was a long time ago.
we
got
lost our
soft.
shit. Unfortunately, we lost our shit. Unfortunately.
Dang, man. You got to call Sony to get it back.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Where did you lose? Where did y'all lose to that?
Unfortunately, do you know what? If more people in my country were like me, we'd still be ruling the world. But still, we're not, right? Unfortunately.
Well, I was just checking, because I remember, they were passionate PlayStation fans, and I didn't know if they,
Or at
got
least
in-
one of them was. At least one of them was. Yeah.
apparently, there's a lot of them because they,
Yes, PlayStation is the majority in
Yeah.
my country. Yeah.
It'd be really bad. You go into the CMA meeting, and they're all sitting there playing on PlayStation. Like,
So,
dude,
hey,
really?
all you no. I want to ask them how you feel about Ghost of Tsushima going to PC.
Most of them probably didn't play it. They just were
I've
playing
told
the
you.
soccer game.
I've told you how
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
feel
right.
about it.
They play football.
told you how I
is
feel
what
about
they
it.
call it, Cozy.
Yeah, they were just playing football games. They're like, "What is Ghost of Tsushima?" If you probably ask them, they probably don't even know what it is.
You'd be surprised.
You know
a
what's weird?
lot of the PlayStation big parties do sell well in the UK.
They sell well,
that's-
but if you
so-
look at the total numbers, they're not selling that well.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not like Nintendo,
no,
where it's like
mm,
50% of Nintendo
listen.
players bought that game.
We gonna keep
Agreed,
it 100.
agreed. But
We
we're
gonna
not talking
keep it-
about percentage. I'm talking about the PlayStation owners
Wait.
do in this country buy the big big bangers. They like the Spider-Mans and stuff like that. That's where
Then they trade them in
Yeah.
because you go
Of
right
course
back
they
to
do.
that Call of Duty.
Of course they do, yeah.
And,
they'll play it and trade it and gone and done and that's it. But seriously though, Cozy, that's where we're at. A lot of my country is PlayStation. They will play their one and done Spider-Man, God of War, and then
Spider-Man's
we'll
on a
move
different level. Ghost of Tsushima, did that even sell like
Yeah, it's
like-
sold well in this
Like-
country.
like 10 million total?
It's sold
Yeah.
well it's sold well in the UK.
but
Hey,
compared
sold
to the
pretty good.
PlayStations that are there? Did it sell exceptionally
No,
well? Or did it sell
no.
like
No.
Like
well,
like
exactly.
maybe
That's what I'm
10%.
saying.
The thing is,
8%.
Let's be honest.
But that's
Let's
true.
be
That's
honest.
true of all PlayStation
But-
games.
Exactly what Paul's about to say, right? Let's be
But-
honest.
Most PlayStation fans buy their
Compared to
games on
most
disc and sell
PlayStation
'em.
owners, nothing sells well. If you've got 150 million PlayStations in the world and you sell 8 million,
Yeah,
that's
like-
shit.
That's terrible.
No,
Of
because
course it
people
is.
aren't. That's. I mean, it isn't because people don't buy typically. Like most people buying PlayStations aren't buying it.
Hang
play
on, hang on,
PlayStation
hang on, hang on, hang on,
But no,
hang
but
on.
that's not.
And,
no,
and most of
that's-
their bangers, can I say, system sellers?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Well,
what they're classed
no,
as?
they all come with the system.
Yeah,
They
they're
put 'em
bundled in
bundles.
and they count that
Yeah.
as a sale.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's
Well,
what bumped up the Spider-Man sales so much.
Yeah.
Is
And everything.
50% of it was by bundles. You
I don't know. I don't know anybody
Well,
that's like,
well,
yeah, man, I'm waiting until
Spider-Man
the
is-
Spider-Man bundle comes out to buy a PlayStation.
Yeah. but okay, so I just looked it up. Under 10 million units sold for Ghost of Tsushima, 9.73 million. So
That's good sales, but
That's good
And
sales.
but on 150 million
Capcom game.
consoles, it's not. It's shit.
That's good for a Capcom game. You know what I mean? That's good for like a third party developer, but for a first party game, I mean, if
Well,
we're going off
third-
like Nintendo, if we're going off
that's
Nintendo,
what you can't compare yourself
You
to
can't.
Nintendo.
You can't.
People
They have to.
literally
compare
buy
No, they
Nintendo
have to.
consoles for
They have
Nintendo
to.
Can't
games.
compare Nintendo.
yes, you have to.
You can.
They're never going to get like that sort of
undisputed
Nintendo
champion.
level.
I don't see how these PlayStation guys are always saying that PlayStation's number one. Nintendo is clearly number
Because they have to but they have to do the asterisks like without not including Nintendo.
Like when you think
Yeah.
about Smash outsold every fighting game known to man.
one.
And it had sold more units only on one console, whereas all fighting games are usually multi-plat and can never touch those numbers.
Absolutely.
And that's why we can't do Nintendo because it's a unicorn, right? It's
So just for comparison, God of War the original 23 million copies, but that may include because isn't that on PC
Yeah,
now too?
but
So-
it was also bundled,
Right,
and that's
it was
kind of
also
what I'm
bundled,
saying.
so,
It was
yeah.
also bundled, so they count that as a sale. I get it. I know I derailed the conversation. My bad. I just thought it was funny to kind of talk about the CMA.
Can we move on to the Xbox partner preview?
Yes,
better
Frog
than-
Boy, thank you.
Oh, that
Take
was
it away.
I actually enjoyed that.
Take it away,
Let's-
Frog Boy.
Move on to the Xbox partner preview that actually was incredible. Actually, I thought it was pretty good. There's a lot of games in there that I was like, ooh, like that Altars. Oh my
Oh,
god,
that looks so good.
interesting.
That's
Yep.
the kind of
That
survival
looks
game I'm like,
interesting.
yes. I
I mean,
get
that one
behind it.
honestly probably stole the show, but there was some other good stuff in there too. Like Project 9 Awakening looks pretty good. Even that Ava game. What was the full name of that? The Ava one.
I think it
Yeah,
was
like-
just Ava something. I think it was just Ava.
Yeah,
basically.
that actually looked pretty cool. Like I like the art style of that.
Yeah.
See, I like games like that every once in a while. I like, just that like I don't know. It just makes me feel like, yeah, dude, you're playing a video game. You know what I mean? Because everything's going for this new ultra hyper realistic looks and stuff. And sometimes I just like seeing stuff like that. It just looks cool. It brings me back to like that nostalgia of like
The art
Nintendo.
of
yeah,
certain things. The actual
sometimes.
being artful.
The
with your
visuals
game.
can get you immersed just
And
as
the, and
much
the,
as the story, right?
I see, like, I'm a very visual person for some reason. Like visuals are like pretty big. I mean, like right now, I'm not even gonna lie, I am struggling with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth just because the visuals are not consistent in the performance mode. Like sometimes it'll look really good, But then sometimes like you get into like a busy place and the resolution just drops very hard.
That's your
Very
fault.
hard.
Playing it on PlayStation. Should have waited until you get it.
Wow.
Oh, I wanted to wait, but I can't wait.
It's only a couple months. Come
Dude,
on.
people will come. I'm a content creator. People will come and ruin every single thing for me. They'll post spoilers of everything.
Oh, yeah.
And it never fails, man. Like they were posting it for God of War. They were everything. I'm just like, gosh dang, man. You guys are so terrible. You guys are terrible.
The other game I saw that I look forward to is actually the deck building game that's also a mystery. I can't remember the name of it right now.
A deck,
With the female
Sleight of
protagonist. Yeah, that's the one.
sleight of hand. Yes.
Sleight of hand looked really cool to me. It looked like one that
Yeah.
I'm because I really like those kind of mystery games, and if depending on how
Yeah.
the deck building mechanism works, it could be really
You need
intriguing.
you need to play this one that I've got. Let me tell you what this one is, Paul, and you could probably get yourself a key for it. Thermatreg. I don't know how to say it, but it's this new one. Oh my gosh, this game is very cool. You could probably get the review key from Evolve Terminals is where I got it.
Carlo.
THAUMATURGE. I don't know how to Thermatrog. It's kind of cool, man. Like this game is cool. I think you would like it. It's turn based, but like the setting is like, what is it, 1600 or 1900s? 1900s, like Russia, Warsaw, all through there. It's got like Rasputin in it. Rasputin. And then,
Rasputin.
Yeah, it's got Rasputin, and then like the Tsar Nicholas or Nikolai or whatever.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah,
And
Nicholas
yeah.
and Alexandra. It'd be around that
Yeah,
time period.
dude, and it's got like that, and it's got like a whole bunch of like so basically it's real history entwined with Slavic folklore.
Cool. Can you put the
And-
name of it in our DM for the show so Carlo can see it, because he can actually put in for the code using the channel's numbers to boost it. So 'cause
Hey.
my channel doesn't get enough numbers.
Hey, what do you
Hey.
give the show then, Frog Boy?
What do you
Out
mean?
of 10 rating.
What show?
The show you
The
just talked
preview
about.
show, the one we were
just
talking
forgot.
about.
You just forgot.
Oh yeah, I think that was probably like at least an 8.5. It was good. It was good. I like that. You know, it just
Was the
came out of
pacing good?
nowhere.
And
Yeah, I thought the pacing was absolutely great.
Yeah.
Because then they were like, oh, if you want more information, boom, we watch it after the
Yeah,
show
I
and
did
stuff
like that they did that. I did like
Dude,
that they did that.
Sinking City 2 already looks awesome, dude. I love Frogware's games. I'm in Frogware's. I'm kind of a fanboy. No, they do all the Sherlock Holmes games. The last one that just came out was The Awakening. I don't know if you guys have played any of those Sherlock Holmes games, but they're pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I
man.
love the Sherlock.
Chapter
All of them.
one.
All of them.
So chapter
Absolutely
one,
every one
and
of
then
them
you've
I've
got
done.
The Awakening. These games are so freaking cool, man. Like I like playing them. I'm gonna go ahead and send that now. You can apply over on you can apply on Evolve Terminals.
So, Cozy, did you see the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd you feel about it?
I enjoyed it. There was that. See, that's like more in line with the kind of games that I like.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, what stuck out to you though? What was
let's see. There was the Altered game.
that was a dramatic pause.
I was trying to think. What was it?
There were so many of them.
Tales of Kinzera game.
I was curious
Berserker.
about that one. What do you
Yes,
think that game is like?
Souls. I can already see it's a Souls game, but I'm gonna buy it because I like the last Berserker game that I bought was Sword of Berserk Gatsu's Rage on the Dreamcast. So I'm really looking forward to that game. That looks insane.
Okay. And Cozy, and generally, do you feel also that the pacing was good?
Yeah, I thought the pacing was good. They showed a lot, and they showed games that were not on already on my radar. Actually, I take that back. That Tales of Kinzera game was already on my radar.
Well,
That
a lot
game's
of
gonna
people
beat the
don't
brakes
know, like
off me.
me. But generally speaking, what would you rate the show?
I would rate it probably a 9 out of 10.
Wow, it's hard to please Cozy. If she giving you high praise, that means something. That's a big deal. I don't take that lightly. Hey, where's my animated evil? Because it's getting late. I know this man.
I'm still here, dude. I'm still here.
This man's sleeping. Did you see the show too, man?
I did see the show.
What kind of things stick
And
out to you?
there was 3 games that stood out, right?
Yeah.
Unknown 9 looks really interesting. I'm going to be honest. That just looked absolutely fantastic, right?
Which one?
Unknown 9.
That's what
the
it's
first
called.
game.
Unknown 9. I kept calling it Project 9. It's Unknown 9. You're right.
So
That
Unknown
game-
9 looked really good. No, do you know what? I've not looked into them. If you go to Xbox Wire, you can have a deeper look into this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't do
There's
that,
always
man.
the same as sleight of hand as well. The card thing, the girl that was throwing at the cards. That again, I just thought that has that aesthetic that I really, really love.
Absolutely not for me.
Hey, let me say. Overall, animated. Have you seen a show like this before? Like my thing is, I'm looking at it like most of the time when I see these kind of shows, they usually have like a lot of the same things that we already known and just kind of marketing the same stuff. But
Do you know what? It had something for everyone, in my
Yeah.
opinion. It really
Okay.
did.
okay, that's what's up.
That's what you need from a show, right? You need some of maybe all. I think it was 12 things we've seen. Maybe all 12 wasn't all for me, but at least some of it was for me, which means other things were for other people, right?
Yeah.
Like the things I like, Cozy's not going to like. The things I like isn't going to be what Frogboy likes. But in that show, we all had something to celebrate, right?
How do you
and-
feel about
and-
the pacing of the show?
Really, really good. Really, really good. The one game I did want to talk about was Alters, though.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I've just read a book called what the fuck's the book called? And it's We Are Legion, We Are Bob. Right? That's what the book's called by Dennis E. Taylor. And it's all about cloning one individual, but every clone is completely different and has different characteristics.
Sounds like the movie I watched called.
And I
Multiplicity.
think that's what Alters is based on.
Mm.
So every clone is you, but a different version of you, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Well, it's a little bit
That's
different
so
because it's
Yeah.
it's a break in his timeline. It's
Yeah,
changing
yeah,
the decision
absolutely.
and how it
So-
changed the
So
person.
every time
Absolutely.
it broke his timeline, it was like it changed his
Yeah.
his
Yeah, so
persona
so-
and how he was gonna. That looks so freaking cool, man.
So the way it works is, if I'm guessing right, if it's based on the book I've just read, it's so good. There's one base individual, but of course, we all have our own little discrepancies in our mind, right? And once you clone yourself, the discrepancies in your mind spread out. So every time you clone yourself, it's a different version of yourself. It's not you. It's a different version of you because he has, she has, they have a different sort of aspect on life.
Well, no, this isn't exactly
and
what
every
this is
time you clone, they act differently.
animated.
it-
This isn't really like that. This is if I chose to stay in college, how would my life be different? How would that have changed my personality? That's what this is. That's what the game is. If I chose to marry this girl instead of not
Yes.
marry this girl,
Yes,
He was just
How would
saying
that have changed?
similarities, though, Paul.
Yeah.
He was saying
it is all about similarities in your personality that is split up every time, right?
Yeah,
That's what happens.
yeah.
It's very
and-
interesting. Because of the book I've read, I really, really, really want to play that.
What do you get a show as rating?
Mm, I, j- j- I
Okay, give us a
I'd say
UK
8. I'd
rating.
say 8. I'd say 8, and that's massive for me because
Okay,
I will never give a 10. I will never give a
And
9. But
it's
this is an 8 for me.
okay. Well, that's fair. Just asking your opinion. Paul, I know you've seen the show because you are very opinionated here, and I like to hear what stuck out to you.
Well, Altered stuck out to me, and the one I already spoke about, the card game that again the name that we just mentioned slipped my mind again.
Everybody likes that card game.
Sleight
Yeah,
of
that
hand.
Sleight of hand. I like it just because it reminds me of, like he mentioned, the Sherlock games and stuff like that. That kind of mystery puzzle solving stuff on top of a card where she's going to draw out these cards and it's going to help her in some way, either by stopping an enemy or by helping her do something that she couldn't otherwise do. Now, I'm hoping those cards are kind of somewhat random, and so everybody's game will be different. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be fully scripted or if it's going to be, here's the cards you're dealt, go do what you're going to do. Yeah, and everybody's going to be a little bit different, which I kind of hope that's the case. That'll make it cool. Nobody, I believe it was part of the show, wasn't it, when they mentioned that, and they've already dropped the the original Stalker trilogy or whatever it is actually uh, on Xbox now as of yesterday. And so if I had the resources, I would pick that up to play the. Yes, they're older games, and they show their age, but they still look really cool. Um, so I thought that was cool. Like everybody else has said, not every game I saw was for me. The ones that kind of looked like they were Souls like, probably not for me. As good as they look, and some of the other stuff that some of the animation level stuff, the Japanese animation stuff. Again, not usually my cup of tea. Those types of games are the ones that if they come to Game Pass, I'll try them. But they aren't ones that I usually go out of my way to try. Every once in a while, I run into something that I really end up enjoying, but it's not something that I go, "Ooh, I can't wait to see the next one of those." It's just, it's not my thing. But for the most part, I would give the show, like a couple of people could hear it, about an 8. An 8's about where it's at for me. I like the pacing, and I did like the fact that with a bunch of the stuff, it was like, hey, because they finally listened to us because we've been asking them to do this for a couple of years now. If you like what you've seen so far, but you want to know more about the title, go to this website and dig into the Xbox Wire because we have videos and stuff you can check out there with more information. I thought that's the way they need to do it. Here's the
Okay,
taste. If you want to see more, go here. So
hey, I
that
like
way
it.
that way they didn't drag the show on with, let's talk to the developers for 20 minutes about stuff they really don't want to talk about. You know,
Hey,
yeah.
I like
Sorry,
it. I
guys. I
like
need
it.
to interrupt. I need to interrupt this product placement for the
Yeah,
12
he's
each
been
set
trying to show us
offer.
that controller for like 10 minutes.
Since we're on the Xbox, since we're talking about the
Oh,
Xbox
that's the one
thing,
I got.
this here
I got that
is
one.
by far the best Xbox controller I have ever used.
Did you get the
Simply
Asus
incredible.
one? Because that one, I like that one too.
Asus. I don't know. I haven't got
Yeah,
Asus yet, but so far, this is my favorite Xbox controller.
you gotta get the
Mechanical
Asus.
buttons with Hall effect joysticks, Hall effect triggers. Very, very cool controller. Very light, beautiful RGB. You can do all of your programming for back buttons right here from this screen. This thing is absolutely incredible. So I'm done with the product placement. Moving over.
I
Not a
I
sponsor.
agree. I
Not a
do.
sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but still,
I-
it's nice to know.
That's just
I
me saying it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I agree. I do like that controller.
And for
However,
PlayStation,
I
we have
do.
like
I
the
would say that I like the Asus ROG controller just a bit
I
more.
will check that one out. Asus ROG.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my
Yeah.
list because the next one I was going to do was a Scuff, but I also have the
Oh,
Nacon
more.
5. The
I got
Nacon
that one too. The Nikon one.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, people keep asking me about like the Scuff, so I'm like, but the Nacon Revolution 5 Pro, absolutely incredible. By far my favorite PlayStation controller.
Okay, since
I-
we're
I w-
talking about controllers, I will say that I did a game test last week and I got paid for it. Yay me. So I actually reinvested in, it's an older controller and a lot of people go, oh, that's stupid. But I got myself an Elite 2 core for all of $93. So hey, I'm happy. It's red. It works. And and
I would
and
say
you,
the
and you like the light controller where I like this. I like this heavy controller. I
well, I
like
would
I
this
would've
just say
bought-
the
controller.
scuff is
I'd have bought
heavy,
the game, sir.
Yeah,
but
I have that same controller, Carlo. Actually, yeah,
the scuff
yeah,
the scuff is definitely heavy, but the scuffs also
yeah.
um I just the what they give you is I don't believe worth the
For
value of what they're
250
charging
bucks. Yeah.
Yeah,
because
I ain't doing
because
250 for a
what
controller. Sorry.
no
Frogboy Dreadpool
I
asked
paid
if
a
you could
lot
show
for
the
a
controller
controller.
again.
Yeah, I
What?
played a lot for controllers. He wants to
Dread-
see the controller.
Yeah, he
again.
wants to see the controller again.
Which one?
Your
The Turtle
the
Beach, I
first
think.
one.
Oh, Turtle Beach.
Hey, listen,
Let me-
I collect controllers, so I pay a lot on controllers. I take pride in
Hey,
Frogboy knows. I show him a lot of my controllers now, but
if I had the resources, I would too. You'd see probably a whole
but
rack of them
but
behind
I
me.
don't. I would say out of all the controllers, I don't believe Scuff is worth it. I'm just being honest.
Oh,
It
and
is
this controller
very.
has a 30 hours battery life.
See, and that's the other reason I like my Elite. It's got that extended battery life thing going for it. You know, it's like
Yeah, I mean
Revolution 5 Pro's only got
the
like 10 hours.
that one is actually pretty good. I was just saying in general though, the Scuff is fragile in comparison
oh,
for
that's
the
not good.
price that
Yeah,
they.
I ain't doing fragile. No.
That's the only thing I wanted to get out.
Fragile.
For the price that you're
Yeah.
paying, I would expect it to be a little more. I don't know. I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. By the
Lights
way,
all the way
Carlo,
across
that
the back.
cobalt blue one you have, Carlo, is actually the most expensive core unit there is of the bunch.
Oh, really?
That color is the most expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And this
me
is
too.
wireless as
The-
well. This is wireless. You can
Yeah.
have it wireless wired. This controller is fantastic. Very light. If you've ever held like the G7 SE, the Game Sir,
Yeah,
it's comparable in weight.
Yeah.
I
to
have that too. I got that in my hands
Yeah.
right now.
See,
Hey,
for some
That's
reason,
probably that's like my go-to recommend controller though for most people is that Game Sir because it is
Yeah.
only $50 and you can get it from Amazon immediately. So
So,
it's like
by the way, Frog Boy, the Asus, I got my name flashing going past it. Literally, you can change the animation on the LED on the LCD
what's it
screen.
called? Asus controller?
Yeah, it only Best Buy sells it, so you can find it on there. Um, it you can put different animations and program it and all kinds of stuff. It
Ooh, Asus
um
ROG Ally. Nice. And
yeah,
that's cheap too. It's only
it's
like $140.
yeah. So but it's a good controller. I would recommend it for sure. Are we done with product placement? Or are we still doing it?
I was just gonna say, for you guys, Frog, you keep talking about how light they are. I actually prefer a heftier controller because I think
Then
if
then
I
you
have if I have weight in my hands, I think it just with my hands it works
so it's
better if
more
I feel
premium.
like I'm
Yeah.
holding something. Yeah.
So for
Same.
you then I recommend the
Hey, stop it,
Nikon
Cozy. This is a family show.
for you I recommend the Nikon Revolution X for
Yeah.
Xbox because it has extra weights that you can put in the handle just like this Nikon Revolution.
Yeah,
Right.
they do come with extra weights.
You
Mhm.
Yeah.
can put
Oh,
extra
nice.
weights in there to make them heavier.
Yeah,
This controller is a beast. The Xbox One does not have the
the
doesn't have
Nikon
the Hall effect joysticks.
it comes with
This
an
comes with
API
like
that
a whole
lets you
kit.
adjust the
Yeah.
sensitivities too.
Oh,
So
that's
Mhm.
cool. That's one thing I figured when I got when I got this the other day compared to holding my old controller. This one, the sticks have I can adjust the tension on the sticks and the buttons. You can actually tell when you're pushing the buttons and stuff. And after you've been missing that for a while, you go back to it and you're like, damn, I've been, you don't realize you're missing something until you go back to it and you go, oh, this
I
feels
Ooh, I
so
don't know
much
about
better.
this one, man. I don't know about the ROG.
the
Doesn't look like it has. Doesn't look like it has haptic or a Hall effect.
they all gonna be different, but I
I'm a
like
Hall
it.
effect snob now.
Oh, you bougie now. I can't talk to you.
I'm
Uh,
Yeah,
bougie.
he's
And
bougie.
you can get bougie Hall effect for $49.99 in the game, sir.
Hey, listen. You know what? All this money you spent on, and I know we just hijacked this, but I really like the controllers that do not have that use magnets for the joysticks. Um,
You
I
don't like
really,
those?
yeah, kind of like the I have two joysticks that have that that use magnets instead, so they'll never get stick drift.
Yeah.
But what I really like is how quickly it jumps back in place.
The
Um,
snapback is
yeah,
noticeable.
yeah, it's really good. I also feel like the precision is a lot higher because
Have you
it's
ever
not
played a
using
racing
mechanical.
game on them?
No.
Play a racing game with them. It feels so smooth on these Hall effect. It feels incredible.
Um, but yeah, I got a few joysticks that are built like that, and that's why I was saying that I feel like the next Xbox controller definitely needs to go that direction.
If it doesn't have them, I'm gonna badger them every single day until they get it.
But anyways, we just hijacked and talk about controllers.
Yeah,
What was supposed
but
to be
that's all
doing?
right. That's a great controller. I like what he has. I may get one myself. But other than that, pretty much that was the partner preview. I don't know if Paul, did you get your word in? Yeah, you did on the partner preview.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
You didn't talk about it.
I like sleight of hand. I like the creatures of Ava and that Thermitage.
That's it.
I can't think of the name. Thermitage Touge. That's the one. I like those games. Animated. Any other thoughts on that?
Not really. I give my thoughts early on, so yeah, we're
Yeah,
good.
he bashed it to
I
death.
swear Carlo doesn't listen to
I
his own
bashed it
show.
out.
half the
You
time.
didn't listen, did you?
I did.
I mean, I was on it. I was on it, dude. It's fine. I give my opinions, but yeah, nothing else.
Well, the only other quick thing, and I mean, we could just kind of get out of here, but the only thing I just want to say is that Boosteroid is getting the Microsoft Store. So if you
Yes.
purchase games through the Microsoft Store, you'll be able to play some of them on the Boosteroid cloud service. Keep in mind that was
Sweet.
part of the deal that Microsoft did with Boosteroid for cloud gaming, but they decided to add Microsoft Store purchases to it. So it makes it kind of cooler for people that use that service. And I hope that we continue to see that with Microsoft and cloud services, so that way when I'm playing games on xCloud, eventually I hope to be able to play some of my purchase games from Xbox or Microsoft through xCloud too, and not just the
I
titles.
thought they were supposed to be doing that this year. I thought they were supposed to be bringing that this year sometime.
I would hope so.
From what-
Maybe it would make sense.
Because that's what I would like that too. I would like full compatibility with all my games to do xCloud. I want a little bit better streaming though out of xCloud though. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad. I've been able to use it on the ROG Ally pretty good, but or wired, console. Having it for like Xbox Series or Xbox One S and Xbox One X gamers, I think that would help. I think that would help a lot if they had, a little bit better quality, but I don't know. Sorry, I ruined your life.
No, that's good. All right.
So I'm gonna mention something that's totally unrelated, but Linda Carter, the widow of the original owner of Bethesda ZeniMax, just posted a Fallout post and said something is coming. So I'm thinking the original Wonder Woman might show up in the show for the
What?
Fallout. Yeah.
Nice.
You just like Linda Carter.
Oh, and dude,
Everybody likes Linda Carter.
I've liked Linda Carter for a long time. I'm just
Ever since I was a wee kid, man.
That's
She's
right.
Wonder Woman.
What are you talking about? Paul was already a grown ass man. What are you talking about?
I was about 10 years old when that show came out, give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also liked Farrah Fawcett,
Yep, absolutely. Yeah,
I know.
absolutely. Yes,
And he
I
liked
did.
the girl that danced on the hood of White Snake's car.
Oh yeah, everybody liked her.
Yep.
Mhm.
See, I knew.
Oh, knew it. Oh, knew it.
No, but
I was just pointing that out because she usually doesn't post video game related stuff or show related stuff, but that probably means she is going to show up in there. And a lot of gamers don't. And a lot of gamers don't know that she's the widow of the guy who gave us ZeniMax Bethesda. So
interesting.
Bethesda.
Well, to everybody out there watching, I want to thank you for hanging out with us. We're going to go ahead and do the outros. But I do want to address what Smiley said in the chat earlier. He just said, hey, crazy, you have 26K subs and not 10 people in the chat. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that we have diverse content on the channel. And I have really been going hard the last 2 years with conventions and cosplay. So we have a lot of shorts that went viral, like a mermaid short that went viral with 8.5 million views. We're in a special creator program for shorts, and I get invited to YouTube out in Los Angeles and a couple other things because of the shorts. So the shorts on the channel have exploded, and now with the election year, many people in the cosplay community with shorts they're kind of like falling down a little bit, but they'll bounce back up. Dreadpool is another creator that does shorts that goes with me to conventions, so he's well aware of the situation. We are trying to get the gaming content back. I'm not sure if maybe eventually I should start a different, like a side channel for gaming from 4GQ TV. Maybe it'll just keep the gaming audience there, the cosplay audience here. I'm not sure, something I need to talk about with everybody on the panel and see how they feel, but that's the answer to that, Smiley. So I just wanted to give it to you because I'm honest, and I wanted to put it out there so you're not confused. But we have an interview with the Pope, E-Art, coming up about his controllers. We have an interview.
He owes me a controller.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. We have an interview with the Viacom CBS attorney coming up as well. And then we have somebody that we are interviewing that's the director of the new Jake Bon Jovi movie that's coming out on Amazon. So we're scheduling all that. And we got a couple more things coming out that Paul's working on. But I'll just put that out there. Anyway, let's get to the outro.
Oh, yeah. Don't blame me. By the way, we have an interview we've completed that Carla will be posting in the next day or two.
Oh, you need to get the image for that. They were supposed to send us the image.
No, you asked him for an image, and then but I did get you the other information. Go look at your email.
Yeah, no. If you.
Oh, that's right. The image of them on the carousel or whatever it was. Yeah.
The time machine, what they call
the time machine image.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can get that for me, Paul, we'll get that up ASAP.
Yep.
Yep. But to get through the outros, we have the ever elusive, most notorious man in all YouTube land, Pete Kizzle.
Is he talking about me?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, your new avatar. I named it Pete Kizzle.
Okay. Hey, thanks for everybody coming through. Thanks for the panel, guys. You guys are always awesome. We gotta hurry up and get our UK connection in the bed. You know, he's getting tired. Sleepy is past bedtime. You know what I mean? And but it's always fun to have all these different opinions and viewpoints. You guys are crazy awesome. Frog Boy is like, we share the same everything. So he's like a brother of another mother, because he's like, he loves the same thing I do: controllers, graphics cards, everything. It's crazy. But yo, can't wait to get our new interviews coming down the pipe. You guys definitely gotta look out for that. And yo, it was a hard time. I did had some personal things, passed my exams, and I'm here. So celebrate.
Awesome.
All right, thanks guys. Thanks for coming through.
Congratulations, PK.
Appreciate it, man. It was hard work. It's really
Hey,
hard.
man, but now it's done.
Yes, I don't have to worry about it for another year.
Nice.
And then we have the most amazing man in all the UK, who's got the greatest beard that comes and goes when he decides to shave it and grow it again, the coolest haircut, and he likes my English voice, Animated Evil.
Don't you do that Australian
Yeah,
voice?
do you know what? He does go all Australia when he talks to me. It's fine. It's okay. So yes, I am here on 4GQ TV, and I think I've pinned down animated_evil on most social media. So whether you get your social media, whether I post on there or not, so you're talking Instagram, TikTok, X, all of that, Kick, Rumble, YouTube, I am animated_evil all the way over there. So yeah, check me out. Here I am. There's a video coming out very soon on Brotato.
Oh yeah.
Plug, right? Yeah, it's good. I was working on it tonight and I'd run out of time, unfortunately. But still, other than that, you'll find me here on a Thursday. Thank you, guys. Love you all. Every Thursday. Except Frog Boy.
We love you too, little buddy.
I'm not sure I like Frog Boy yet. We don't know.
We love you too, little buddy.
I love you, bro.
And then we have, you know what? I don't want to say the P word. But
Good.
We
Just
have
start with inappropriate.
Yeah, we have the inappropriate paparazzi Xbox ambassador Cerebral Wheelie Paul. What's up, Paul?
Yeah. So you can find me on X, formerly known as excuse me, Twitter at CerebralPaul1, Twitch at Cerebral Paul on Mondays and Thursdays. You can find me right here on 4GQ TV Mondays for the Papa Powerbomb podcast, and for Thursdays for whatever the hell this is. And
Why you gotta be like that, bro?
and then Tuesdays you can find me on the Xbox Ambassador channel, Twitch channel for gaming differently with Cerebral Paul, and Tuesday nights with the Retro Renegades on their channel, and then on Fridays with Wasted with Wise.
So obviously we don't know how to act.
Obviously, yeah.
So we're lacking, right? We're lacking. I'm like, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, that's it. Paul's like, check me out.
Look at me now. Look at me now.
No,
I'm getting paper.
no. We got to go to Cozy now. We're not talking about Paul and his paper. Paul's stocked up on toilet paper already since the pandemic. So let's go to Cozy.
Woo woo.
All right, Cozy. And also give a shout out
Oh.
to Pepper. Oh, yeah, Pepper's back.
Oh, there she
Yeah,
goes.
Pepper.
There she is.
What?
What's up, Pepper?
Really?
Pepper, you're a superstar. Just want to let you know that.
Wow. Really?
Pepper, let me know. I'll set you up with a play date with my cats.
Say no, Pepper. It's a trap.
Anyway, Cozy, as you were.
So. Oh God. My brain is glitching.
Did you have a gummy?
You can
Wow.
find me here.
I had
at-
a bunch of. You can find me where you find all the cozy belugas.
There you go.
Tomorrow, today here, Thursday here, Friday. You can find me with Ham Soul, Loke, and Matt Likes Games on Bull Sitting on TWSW. I did that wrong. And then you can find me with Paul, late getting wasted with Wise. And then on Sundays, Majestic Mayhem.
Oh.
Which is right here on this channel.
Yes.
You be a busy girl, right, Cozy? You be a busy girl.
Yes.
She's the most wanted.
She
That's
is.
why.
She is.
Everybody wants a piece of her. I don't understand why she's so. Must be the perfume. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But it is what it is, right? You woke up like this.
I did,
And Pepper,
unfortunately.
we can find you at Cozy Beluga's house.
Yep.
And
Sometimes showing off for the camera.
Toxic Toad, aka Frog Boy.
What's up? Toxic Toad, aka Frogboy X1 Gaming. You can find me on Twitter, Frogboy X1 Gaming. Obviously, you can find me on YouTube, Frogboy X1 Gaming. Talk about video games and everything else. So go ahead, join the channel. I'd like to see you guys come back every Thursday because we'll be here.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Check you guys later.
Woohoo!